How can Nocturne, the darkness himself, who is literally a nightmare, be scared by a check in a box? That doesn't make any sense. Hey dude, it's only a game, so don't take it that serious and just relax. Yeah, I get it, League of Legends is a huge game with something around 140 heroes, and therefore it is impossible to keep the game balanced while remaining a 100% realistic and logical gameplay experience. And on every other day of the week it would be like, yeah, I get that, and I don't mind those flaws within the game, but not today. So Teemo is the incarnation of the devil, we all know that. But did you know that he's actually cheating? I mean, take his blind dart as an example. You shoot a dart at someone and they turn blind for a few seconds and cannot auto attack. So far so good, seems legit. But it gets weird when you take into account some of the champions in League of Legends. I mean, a simple blind dart shouldn't be able to blind the darkness itself, or even a fucking god. And yeah, Aurelion Sol is literally a god. Look it up if you don't believe me. I mean, he's so powerful that even fucking stars circle around him. But yeah, a simple blind dart? Nope, that's too much to handle for him. But let's just assume that this dart is magical and that you can even blind a dragon guard with it. I still would question, how does it work on Lee Sin? You know, that one blind monk who lost his sight but still is able to make all those crazy karate moves? Well, you'd think that a simple blind dart would not affect him cause, well, he's already fucking blind. But turns out it does, but in a weird way. I mean, he still can make a roundhouse kick that throws you miles away, but punching you? No way, that's definitely not going to work. I mean, he's blinded. Next on my list of curiosities is Brand, a champion known for being able to control fire and flames, which is a cool thing and makes him a real badass. But one thing makes me skeptical, to say the least, and that's the fact that you can burn him to death? I mean, that's like trying to drown Nami or Pike. I mean, if Pokemon has told me anything about life, then that fire is not effective against fire. So Riot, please get that straight. So the physics engine in League of Legends is a bit confusing. Take this clip as an example. Poppy shoots Nautilus in the air, but somehow he's able to fly back to Poppy with his anchor. And while it looks extremely confusing, is there an actual explanation for it? Every airborne effect overrules the previous airborne effect. So it looks weird, but I get it, and therefore I won't question that. But Riot, please explain this to me. How in the world can this little explosive plant shoot Nautilus, who is a giant in a diver suit made out of metal, that far away? I mean, look at him, he probably weighs around 30 tons. But let's just assume for a second that this little plant is capable of blowing away a gigantic man in a gigantic diver suit. Shouldn't then Teemo, who is this little yodel, being blown away from the map? But nope. Exactly the same distance. But a simple kick is enough to send Teemo flying. Sure. And I mean, that is only the top of the iceberg. I could make this list endless. What about 6 explosive charge? And most important, Singed Fling. I mean, the dude looks like he's never seen a gym from the inside. I mean, look at those arms. What the fuck? Okay, maybe apart from that skin, where he looks like a freak of human nature, but you get the point. Riot, please fix your physics engine. So Vladimir is a pain in the ass, we all know this. But most people assume that he's like a vampire, while he's actually a hemomancer, which means he sucks you off, takes your blood, and heals himself. Of course I could bitch around now saying that there exists multiple blood groups and so on, but I think Vladimir has figured it out and that he is immune to some shit like that. But besides humans, there also exist cows, birds, apes, trolls, crocodiles, and a bunch of other stuff in League of Legends. I mean, I could make this list even longer, but the point is, I highly doubt that sucking off a cow's blood should heal you in any way or form. I mean, if anything, it should do the opposite. But again, let's just assume that he figured that out as well. Then I still would question, how does he do it with Twitch and Cassiopeia, one of them being a giant mutant rat that has poison all over him, and the other one being a fucking snake. I mean, by sucking off those two gems, he would literally poison himself, and before one of you tells me he's immune against poison, well, think twice. But again, let's say he doesn't give a fuck about blood groups, or from which species the blood is, or for God's sake, if he gets poisoned while sucking off blood. Then I still would wonder, how could you drain blood from Blitzcrank, who is just like a robot, Galio, who is a statue that came alive, and most important, Nocturne, who is the fucking darkness himself, and the incarnation of a nightmare. I guess Vladimir is just a real badass. Last but not least, let's please talk about my all-time favorite champion, Big Boy Kraggers. You know, the common assumption is that Lee Sin kicks the crap out of our boy Kraggers, but I believe in the power of beer, or is it wine? Anyway, I believe in the power of alcohol, and please don't quote me on that, and in the power of a fat belly, so I went out and tested that myself. And turns out that the outcome is quite the opposite of what League shows you. I mean, can we maybe get like a real quick replay of that? Whew! Also, I would like to point out that there exists a video called How to Fight a Fat Person and Win, so you better watch that next time, Lee Sin, before you fight my boy. So that's it, at least for this video. I know I could have made like this video endless, but I didn't want to include the dumb puns like how does carrying a sword makes Ash deal more damage. But hey, if you got any more ideas, just let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and sub because you would help me out big time. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.